You next slam her up. She doesn't really like bios because she doesn't feel particularly interesting. I know that feeling. Wouldn't you rather be reading a novel? Maybe something with pirates or vampires. She is neither a pirate nor a vampire. But she was considering dressing up like one or the other tonight. When not telling stories, she pretends to be a grown-up as the Vice President of Human Resources for ADS Inc. She's also a student and performer at the Push Comedy Theater in Norfolk. Her story is Zombie Cat. Please welcome to the stage Jen Weir Edwards. Clap for Jen.
Pretty excited to follow Jesse. I'm not sure if you noticed, but my story's called Zombie Cat, so I don't expect it to be quite as inspirational. But it's cool, he won last year. Somebody's got to follow that. I have the best village in the world. I have the coolest friends, the coolest neighbors. I've got people who are there through thick and thin, through night and day, through emergency room visits and bad meals and crazy in-laws. I have the best village in the world. My village is so good that I believe they would be there for me if I needed to bury a body. Actually, they were. Before I go any further, I feel like I need to put something out there. This story is about dead cats. So if that's gonna make you sad or you're feeling something about cats, I feel like the disclaimer needs to be the cats who die in the course of this story had really long, happy lives, I promise. They were well fed, they were well loved. This will not be an old Yeller style cry fest. Like I said, the story is called Zombie Cat. So my friends had the opportunity to bury a body for me when our first cat died about 8 years ago. I was walking through my house and happened to notice that our cat Casper was not quite right. He was lying in the sun in his favorite spot, curled up, except for the exact opposite of curled up. He was really more sort of curled out, like he had been standing in a really frightened pose and then just sort of tipped over. I was pretty sure he was dead. But, you know, I work in an office, so dead bodies is not something I see a lot of, so I figured let me draw on my vast experience from CSI, Sherlock, and all the Agatha Christie films I've ever seen. So I got it together. I approached the corpse, what I believe the alleged corpse. I approached the alleged corpse and did what everyone does in every murder mystery ever in the history of mankind. I wiggled it real fast with my foot! He failed to move. We called it. That was a dead cat. So again, I have very limited experience with death. Thank goodness, very lucky person. Went 37 years before ever seeing any kind of dead body, and my first dead body was a cat. So generally speaking, that's pretty cool, right? My first thought was, where the hell is my husband? I consider myself to be a pretty strong woman. I think I'm kind of a feminist. I think I'm kind of awesome, really. And the truth is, my first thought was, holy shit, where's Rob? Oops, I swore. Rob was out of town. It's a thing for him. Stuff dies, he's out of town. I don't know. So instead of calling Rob, I said, ha 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 ha, I will call the village. So I immediately rung my friends, all of whom raced over with their toddlers, because nothing says kid party like a dead animal. So while the kids all ran around, we sort of brainstormed about what to do with this corpse that was sitting upstairs lying in the sun, like this. And we decided, hey, you know what? We live in Norfolk. Let's call PETA. You know that's a good idea. So we called PETA. Yeah, hi, I had a really weird thing happen. My cat died, and we're just not sure what to do. And you know, you guys deal with animals all the time. Do you have any recommendations? Yeah, hi, did you call the vet? Seems a little late for that. Well, you know, if you put it out with your trash, chances are good Norfolk will pick up the cat with your trash. That doesn't sound ethical. I think you might eat meat. So we said, hey, thanks so much. You have a great day. We'll figure it out. Thanks so much. Bye. Oh, by the way, before you go, do you have any pets you need to have spayed or neutered? I don't really know. Anyway, PETA was useless, so you guys can mark that down. Something dies, don't call PETA. They might make good tofu, I don't know. So we decided we're gonna go old school, and we're gonna bury the cat in the yard, because that's what you do. So we wrapped Casper, his name was Casper, he's a real good cat, long life, really happy cat. Seriously, don't cry, it's all good. And we wrapped him in this beautiful blanket, everybody was so cool. We put him in a red box. Do you guys remember red box, that you could have everything from like a dozen roses to a diamond ring to a refrigerator delivered, and it came in this sweet red box. So we had a red box that was just the right size for Casper. We wrapped him up, we put him in. We buried him in the basement. No, not the basement, because that'd be weird. Shh. No, we buried him in the yard, which is still kind of weird. But we buried him in the yard, and that was it. It was easy peasy lemon squeezy. So now I have this skill set. I have officially got experience, and experience is what informs your entire future, right? I am a master cat undertaker. So that when my next cat died about 6 months later, dude, I was ready. Now, in fairness, Rob was out of town again. That's fine. You guys can buy me drinks later for that. And I saw the very similar situation. I got up, I walk over, he's not at all curled up in his favorite spot. In this case, it was even a bit more dramatic. He sort of had, do you know the word akimbo? It's like one of the best vocabulary words ever, where your arms are in and out and all around. He was fully limbs akimbo. He was just all over the place. And his mouth was hanging open and his tongue was hanging out and his eyes were real big. It's okay, he had a really long life. It's cool. He was fat, happy. He was like 16. This is good. It's good. Don't be sad. Don't be sad. And so I was real confident that the cat was dead. I didn't even have to do the toe test. I was golden on this. So I said, okay, here's what I need. I need a box. I need a nice soft blanket. And I need a hole. And the truth of the matter is, I've done this before, so I don't need to call anybody. I got this. I got this. So I start to dig the hole, or rather I should say, I go to get the shovel out of the basement. Can't find the damn shovel. Evidently, when Rob left town, he took the shovel with him. I don't get it. So I went over to the neighbors. Great village. So point to this story, great village. I go over to the neighbors, knock on the back door. My dear friend Meg comes to the door. It's early morning. She's barely had coffee. Her hair is all over the place. And she's like, what's up? I tell her the story. Oh, Elwood died. It's sad. She starts to cry. I'm like, no! It's time for action. No time for tears. And I said, all I need is a shovel. I got this. I've done this before. I am a highly experienced animal undertaker. So I ask her for the shovel. And she says, but don't you want me to get Tommy? Her husband, my dear friend, and actually a former board member for 4 kids. So this is a Tommy Lehman story for any of you that know it. You can make fun of him later. Clap it up for Tommy Lehman. I love it. Anyway, so I say no, because I got this, obviously, professional cat barrier. I get the shovel, I go, I start to shovel. Turns out I'm not really good at the shoveling. I get a little bored and say, I'll take a break. Let's just put him in his box. And then I'll come and figure out how big the box needs to be. It's all cool. So I go to get the box. Well, when the red box situation happened, it was December. So we were like lousy with pretty boxes. Now it's June. We got no boxes. So I end up upending a box full of old VHS tapes. Looked right. Didn't need those anyway. And then instead of a beautiful smushy blanket, I found a beach towel. Whatever. I'm on my own in this. I got this, but I may not have the same level of quality as my friends. So I go up and I decide, okay, I'm gonna wrap Elwood up. His name was Elwood. Did I mention that? I wrap Elwood up, I'm gonna put him in his box, and then I'll dig the hole because I'll know how big the hole needs to be. So I lean down, lovingly look at my dear dead cat, reach to put him into the beach towel. Meow. Fuck! Fuck! Zombie cat. Meg, I don't got this. Do you need to, where's Tommy? I mean, out of town. I mean, gonna eat my brains. Fucking cat's alive! What? I need you to send Tommy over right now because I'm pretty sure the cat might still be alive. It meowed, it's looking at me, I think it might eat my brains. Just send him over! I'm now pinned. Pinned. Ooh, microphone. I'm now pinned against the wall, staring at the cat, waiting for him at any moment to turn into that girl from The Ring who kind of walks funny and then like goes really slow and then all of a sudden goes really fast and she's right up on you and she eats your brains. That's what I was waiting for. So Tommy came in, explains to me things about air trapped in the lungs and final breath, science, 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 science. I don't know, I'm not listening because I'm making sure that that cat doesn't move. I'm really watching out for both of us. And I'm staring at the cat, and I hear something, and I finally register and go, wait, what? Yeah, that box isn't gonna be big enough. Well, what do you mean? You know, we wrapped up Casper. Yeah, full rigor, that box is not gonna be big enough. All right, I'll go find another box. No, it's cool, you don't have to. But you might wanna leave the room. To this day, I don't really know how he buried the cat, but I do know I got a great village. Thank you.